Hello, welcome to Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. I thought I'd shoot this video in a little tinker toy that I made. I'm not sure exactly the proper name of this because there are real ones of these out there. This is, to the best of my knowledge, the title of this is the Viking Cloak Pin. Believe me, I'm not 100% sure if this is the proper name. This is actually a version of this that I made myself. If you look closely enough, it's actually, the real ones are forged. This one's actually been welded. So the pin to this ring has been welded, and these two little blotches right here are actually little bits of weld that I just simply put on there so that way this loop doesn't fling around and come off. So you know, the first time I heard of these was so many months ago. I should have made one months ago, back before the winter started. I didn't. That's my own problem. But you know, it's really good for with use of the wool blanket. I'm going to show you guys in a moment. But before I get underway with it, I'm going to give you some basic details on this. The ring piece is actually a 1/4 inch round bar made out of regular carbon steel. The diameter of the overall circle is 2.5 inches. The pin is 3/16 diameter round bar, which I simply just grinded a little bit to get some of the rougher edges off it. I sharpened it up a little bit. It's not like super sharp. It's not like to the point of where it's going to be, you know, because this is going to be reasonably close to my neck, as I'm going to be showing you. So it's sharp, but it's not like sharp to the point of where it's going to scratch me and cut me. So this ring piece on the top here is actually a 3/8 nut, believe it or not, and I've actually just shaved it in a way so that way it's smooth all the way around. So, and you got to make sure, if you're making one of these for yourself, you got to make sure there's absolutely no sharp edges or anything like there that can potentially cut your fingers, scratch you, or ruin the material that you're using. I got a wool blanket here I'm going to demonstrate to you in a second. And it's decently warm out today, and I'm hoping I can do this video decently quick because it's going to be sweaty, hot in this wool blanket. I'm going to show you guys now how this one works. So, cold temperatures, you know. On normal circumstances, I'll wrap it around me, have it around like this. But you know, whether you're cold in front of the fire or other places like that, sooner or later you gotta open your hands out, you gotta do your tasks, and over time, of course, the blanket is just gonna slip off the back of you. So this is actually a clip that helps you keep it in place without having to, you know, stitch any buttons or anything like this. You can actually put it in, take it out. I'm not overly concerned for the fact that this is going to be, needle is going to be poking through the material, but it's a wool blanket. I keep it for camping and hiking. That's all I use it for. So how I line this up here is I'm going to overlap the material just like this, and then I'm just going to pinch it. Gotta make sure you gotta make sure you don't catch your shirt on the inside. So I pinch the material like there, take them, and I basically just want to, you know, stick it through, shove it through. Okay, good, it's going through. This is my first time actually doing it, so to make sure that it goes through, there it goes. So as you can see, the pin has gone through, at which point, I'm trying to do this in a way so you can see. You bring the ring around to the open end, you want to slip the pin through, so basically the ring is going to be up against you and you're forcing the pin through and away from you. And then simply what you want to do is you want to turn the ring. So it's just like that now. So now, because of the fabric in here, the fabric wants to pull the pin back towards me, so that's going to lock it in position. Just like that. So now, of course, I have my hands out, and it's almost like a cape in a way now. So if by some chance I get a little too warm while wearing this, you can always just simply put it back behind you, almost like an actual cape. Therefore, full range of movement of my arms, my body cools down, and the clip is still there. It's up close to my neck, like I said, so that's why we don't want to have that pin too sharp. And of course, when I get cold again, back around like that, and as you can see, it's still locked in a position. Jackpot. So let's take this thing off again. I'm going to show you another way I use my blanket. Just simply pull it back like that, just pull the pin out, it does leave a hole in the material, but like I said, this wool blanket, it means almost nothing to me. Well, it does mean something to me, but like I don't use it for everyday use. It's just hiking, just camping, but more camping than hiking actually. So the other way you can use it is well, technically there's a variety of different ways to use it, but this is the two ways I use my wool blanket the most. And the other is simply around you like this in a hood style fashion, and you can also do the same thing. What I'm doing with the material is actually I'm folding it in a way so it overlaps the material, you pinch it like that, and you stick the needle right through. So that's what I'm going to be doing before, and that's what I'm doing right now again. So it takes a little practice sometimes to get this right. I'm trying to, I can't really see what I'm doing because it's so right up underneath my chin, but there you go, I got pinched now. Now watch me stab myself in the neck. Sometimes you gotta give it a little twist to get it in there. Oh, there it goes. I can feel it's coming through. There we go. So as you can see, there it is. And you simply just force that through, and you just give it a twist. Come on. There we go. There we go. So now, as you can see, I have it on like a hoodie. Still got my arm movements. It's not going to come loose. If by some chance I do get really, really warm, two options. One, now I look like Robin Hood. Probably not. But and the other option, drop the hood. And as you can see, it's still clipped in place. It's not going anywhere. Now I got myself a hood with a cape there. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I should grab my bow and arrows and be like Robin Hood. Who knows? You know, there's different variations you can use. This is the two most common ones that I'll probably be using most often. Obviously, we can't get away with using this as a fashion statement, as an everyday type of use. It's more for just the camping and the hiking that I'm going to be using this for. I've made two of these so far, one of which is going to go in my bushcraft bag for day hiking. The other is going to go in my camping bag. I actually have materials made up for to make up a third and a fourth. Look at that, done. So there's other variations you can use, like there's the ones that you see in like the party movies where you got the like American Pie, for example, where they, you know, wear like up and over their shoulder, like you see in the party ones where they got the white bed sheets wrapped around themselves, kind of thing. Let me see. So I bring it around this, and I simply just attach it right here, and it's just like in the parties. Of course, I probably won't be able to get away with doing that. I need a few beers for that. The very first time, as I mentioned, that I've ever seen this in play was actually with a nice lady I met about 2 years ago. She had one that was made, actually forged, by her husband, and she didn't bring any spare pants with her. Her pants got wet, so she was actually wearing a wool blanket around her like a skirt and had this pin attached right in front of her. So at the time I must have figured it was just a belt buckle. That's probably why I didn't really think much of it. But like I said, you know, there's different variations that you can use this for, as many as you can think of. You know, it's one of those things you just gotta simply play around with, see what you can come up with, have some fun, enjoy yourself. So, like I said, I don't know the proper name for it. I think, pretty sure it's the Viking Cloak Pin. I've heard other variations like the cloak pin or the clothing pin, the blanket pin, pins, this, pin, that. So, if you know what the proper name of it is, or maybe I am using the proper name, let me know in the comments. See what you think. So, this is Greenhat-Redbeard Adventures. Keep on adventuring and stay safe.